Welcome, everybody. 505 interview series coming to you from the 505 Summer Lounge, aka the Rain Go Away Lounge. Welcome, everybody. Glad that you all could make it. Man, what a wonderful last month we've had with guests, and tonight is no different. Excited for our guest tonight, but before I introduce the guests out, I want you guys pinned in the comment section. I have my brand new partnership with Zyphy. I'm excited. I do use my Zyphy V Cut all the time, and they have now come on board as a partner. So I pinned a link in the chat over here on YouTube. To go, if I can figure out how I can pin something on Facebook, I'll pin it over on Facebook as well. But when you click that link and you go and pick something up from Zyphy, make sure you use that promo code 505CR. It'll save you some coinage when you check out on some great accessories that they have. You know, the accessories are expensive, but they make good, high quality stuff. I've had this for years and I love this. So without further ado, we'll get this show started. My guest tonight, by way of Haiti, coming out. They are from Supreme Tobacco, Haiti. They have these wonderful sticks. I think I've only smoked one, but I'm excited to talk to them. I love the story behind the cigars, the culture, reintroducing that Haitian influence back into the cigar world from where it used to be back in the day. So I'm going to bring on our two guests from Supreme Leaf Haiti there. We have Sammy and JP. So we will bring them on. Welcome aboard, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Hey, how's it going, Daniel? All good, all good.
All
Excellent.
good, Daniel. Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure to have you guys on. Thank you so much for being able to come on board, talk about your brand a little bit, and talk about you guys and your experience within the cigar industry there. So I have three sticks here, and I'm excited to light one up for tonight. So while I get one lit up, I'll hand it over to you guys to introduce yourselves and talk about the brand a little bit.
Well, thank you, Daniel, for having us. Thank you to all the listeners out there. Eh, I'm JP from Supreme Tobacco. So we started this company in 2015 in Haiti. I know it's not a major player in the tobacco growing and cigar world, but why not? We're sharing the same island as Dominican Republic. We're very close to Cuba, in the middle of the action. And that's exactly the thought we had in 2015 when me and my two partners, we were smoking cigars like we usually do and having a drink. And the idea came on the table. Why not grow tobacco in Haiti? We're so close to our neighbors are successful at it. We have to be able to do it. And since then we've been trying. We started growing our own tobacco in Haiti. We've done well. We've grown a different variety of different leaves, and the objective was to sell our leaves to different brokers, which we did for a while. And during the pandemic, all activity had stopped, and we were stuck with tons of different leaves in our warehouse. And we said, why not venture in making our own cigars? And after a lot of trial and error, we we all agreed on a specific blend that we all liked, and that's how our first cigar, the Borrachio, the one you're about to light up right now, was born. We presented our first cigar at the PCA in Vegas in 2021, and since then it's been growing. We've been slowly growing our number of retailers across the US, and we're trying to venture into different markets. Sammy is our sales manager. He's based Dominican Republic in Pisano. That's where we have our own factory. We had to open our factory in Dominican Republic because in Haiti we don't have the manpower, the skills to roll cigars. So once we grow our leaves, we transfer them to our factory in the DR, and that's where our sticks are made. So overall, that's a little bit of our story. Sammy can add more to it.
Mm. Sammy, we cannot hear you.
Just like yes, just like JP alluded a few seconds ago, we control the entire process from seed to smoke. And which allows us to really fine tune every single details, look into all of the intricacies that go into growing the leaves and also making the cigars themselves. And for the U.S. particularly, our main distributor is based out in Florida, which allows us to fulfill orders the best way possible. And basically, I am based in the DR, where we have we have our own factory. Basically, we have our own tobacco. We have a portion of the operations where we process leaves for different clients that we have that need the help with that process. And yeah, that's basically it. And so far, we've been blessed enough to be able to launch three lines successfully within the past 3 years. And then obviously on a day-to-day basis, we keep working on different things, different blends to see what else we can bring over to the market and share with the industry. We have a great story to tell. The journey has been great so far, and we want to make sure that we can share that story the best way possible. And providing good quality sticks, good quality cigars is what we aim to do consistently.
Excellent. So, how much of the total cigar here is Haitian tobacco?
When it comes to the cigars, the binders and the fillers are Haitian grown tobacco, 100% Haitian grown, except for the wrappers. We use Dominican Habano for that particularly because of the complexity that comes into growing good quality wrappers. It only made sense to do it in that way for now because we weren't pretty happy with the quality that we were getting, and quality is one of our main focus. So we decided to go that route for now, and so far it's been good for us. We're going to continue doing that until we get to the point where we can actually get the quality that we want out of the wrappers, grown them in Haiti.
Okay. So that's good. So then we're going to be probably expecting within the next 10 years Haitian Puros coming from you then.
I mean, that's the goal. That's the goal. And like they say in the industry, you cannot rush the hands of time. So
Yeah.
so we're taking our time. We're learning. We're learning the ropes. There's a lot of trial and error, especially in a country where we're trying to revive an industry that had disappeared for a long, 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 long
Yeah.
time, and having making the farmers understand the the importance of growing tobacco, having them learn the different processes. It will take time. So, growing a quality wrapper takes a lot of time. Big countries that are big in cigars, they were able to have quality wrappers not too long ago, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So we're not gonna try to jump over bypass different steps and take our time to make sure we do it right. So that's the goal. Hopefully in 10 years we can have Haitian Puro, and hopefully in 10 years Haiti will have many different companies like us making cigars and promoting Haitian cigars all over the world.
I can tell just off of the first few puffs, I can taste a distinct uniqueness to this that definitely doesn't have that that Dominican quality to it. There's definitely the soil, the difference in the soil from the Dominican to Haiti. It really it is really a different cigar. I was expecting maybe something similar to Dominican in taste, but off the bat, this has it's delicious off the bat. The taste is different and unique. It's not like something I have smoked before.
It's I completely agree with you, and it's hard to explain. It's the same island. It's I guess our soil is less used, is more virgin. So, uh, but I completely agree with you. When I smoke it, it's not like any other cigars that I've smoked before, whether it's Dominican, Cuban, Nicaraguan. I mean, you can take notes of the similar things in different cigar, but overall, it's unique on its own.
Yes, there is a distinct boldness of the flavor there that lacks for me in Dominican cigars. That I'm picking up in this. That it's really different, unique. The earthy components come across so vibrant and bright. It's very good. This is delicious.
Thank you. Glad you like it.
Oh yeah, this is phenomenal on that. So, did you guys have a hand in the blending process on this, or did you trust one of the master blenders out of Nicaragua, or I'm out of the Dominican?
We trust the process, of course. We know what we like. Some of us prefer stronger, full body. Some of us prefer medium to full. So we found the blend that we all liked, and but we trusted the the master blender, and went with what he was proposing.
Okay, that I mean this was blended beautifully. I mean it really I gotta say it's like almost like soul touching is I think the best way I could put that because I'm feeling everything from the smoke to way it sits on my mouth to I'm feeling full body experience from the cigar. I mean this it's I mean I'm four puffs in and I'm already starting to drool.
Awesome, awesome.
Your words, and that's a good thing.
God, it's delicious. The one thing I'm picking up off of this more than I pick up out of Dominican, is that sweet and salty component. Where Dominican, you either get you get that real sweetness or you get that real saltiness. You don't get that
The
real blend
mixture.
within of sweet and salty. And there's kind
Hmm.
of that's I think something that's different and unique about this. Because when you said, okay, it's a Dominican Habano on the wrapper, it's binder and filler or Haitian. I'm like, okay, so I'm looking for something that's either going to have this sweetness to it or maybe more on the salty side. But the sweet and salty really go together very well.
Great,
No,
awesome.
absolutely. And one thing that we want also is to make sure that we can provide a good quality experience for the smoker. And what we want to provoke is that sensation that once once whoever's smoking one of our cigars is done, they go, "Wow, that was a very good cigar. I want to smoke that again tomorrow or in a couple of days." And wanting to go back to it. And a lot like JP said with the blend that we've been able to accomplish. It's a very good blend. It's a very smooth and enjoyable smoke, and we want to make sure that we're able to share that with everyone. Tell our story within the industry, and have everyone grow with us as we continue to grow in the industry.
And
Yeah.
Danny, eh, I mean, there's a good thing when you're promoting a brand new cigar, and I mean, it's a new cigar from a new country. it's a good thing, but there's a lot of challenges too. People will try it because they want to try a cigar from Haiti, but I don't have the luxury of messing up the first time. So we had to make sure that it was a great cigar so that people can go come back to it, because somebody can go ahead and say, let me try it, and if it's crap, they were like, hi, Haitian cigars are crap, because we're the only one making cigars with Haitian tobacco. So we don't have the luxury of not satisfying. Of course, you will have customers. There's a cigar for every palate, but in general, we want to satisfy a maximum of people, and I
Yeah.
think we're on the right path.
I think so too. So, what are your guys' experience within the industry prior to creating the cigar?
None. Just
None. All
smoking
right.
cigars.
Yeah.
Just
You're
smoking
just
cigars.
you're just a aficionado who said, "I'm gonna grow tobacco
we're
and make
just
cigars."
we're just we're just friends who like smoking cigars, and I think I always make that joke, but I say maybe that day we drank too much, and we said, hey, let's venture in this project, and that's how it happened.
All right, that I respect that. I respect that. So,
We
what
we
industry
do
were you in prior to getting into the cigar industry?
well. Myself, I work in shipping and logistics.
Okay.
Okay, and my partners are also in different industries, and we're still in these industries. These are our day to day that we have to attend to, and
And
and the cigar is started as a project, but now it became a business in a way. So yeah, now we are all paying more attention to that business.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
look, I'd love to quit my day job and do cigars all day, every day, but unfortunately, I got to do something that brings money.
yeah, we all do. Sammy, you're on mute.
Sammy, we can't
We
hear you
can't hear you
again.
again.
Like JP said, it's been quite a journey so far. We still have our training wheels on, and like, and I can't stress enough the importance of, in terms of what JP mentioned, in terms of we didn't have the luxury of messing up on the first try, and so far we've been knocking down roadblocks here and there and getting through. And the great thing about this community and this industry is once you start the networking piece of it is the people that we were able to meet. We were able to meet a lot of great people, make a lot of great friends, which is a very important piece of the community as well. I can't stress that enough. Which is one of the reasons why, for example, this year we decided to become part of the Boutique Cigar Association, with whom we participated at PCA this year. And with the BCA, we received a lot of support from them, a lot of help. We met a lot of great new brands in the market, especially in the boutique space. It's been a great and positive ride so far, and we look forward to continuing that. And the goal is 50 years from now, people are still talking about the Supreme Tobacco Haiti, one of the companies making some of the greatest cigars in Haiti.
Well, for sure. I mean, this is delicious, man. I mean, this is a very good cigar. Um,
Yeah. Which one are you smoking right now?
so I'm smoking this
Okay.
one. It looks like it was it's a Toro.
The Toro. Okay. So
Yeah.
me,
That's
I- me, me, I'm smoking this one, which is our second line. It's still exactly that one. It's a different blend, and we launched this one in 2022 at the PCA. It comes in bundle for now. Eventually, we're gonna prepare nice packaging for it, but it was sold as a bundle cigar. For it is sold as a bundle cigar now.
Okay. And then you have this dark, thick
The
lady right
Maduro,
here.
And that one is
exactly.
this is actually the one that I'm smoking myself. So you have the first line, the Boekyo Habano Natural with the natural shade. JP has the colors, the second line, and then this one, this is the Boekyo Maduro that we launched at this year's PCA. So, so far within the past 3 years, we've launched one new cigar for the past 3 years every year. Hopefully, we can continue that trend and continue providing some new stuff every year if possible. To provide some variety within the lines that we have, and obviously with consistency in the quality as well.
Yeah.
And within the line, we add different sizes too. We added the box press to the Boeckyo line. In the colors line, we have the same sizes, but we added Sammy, remind me, we added
We added the Corona Gorda
the Kona
for
Gorda, exactly,
that size we didn't have
which is
before,
phenomenal.
and we also have the Coronita Corta
Okay.
that we have as well.
Excellent on that. Wow. So is there a story behind each of the cigars?
A s-
A
There's no
story like
story behind. There's no story behind each of the cigar, but there's a story behind our brand,
okay.
Bohecchio, that Indian American, that Native American logo that you see, the head. Actually, it was a design that my son, who's a painter, is actually going to art school. Exactly. I told them to make a painting that would represent Haiti throughout time. I wish I could show you the painting right now, but it's and the main element of the painting was that Indian head that you see here, and the rest of the painting showed, I mean, elements of Haiti's culture throughout time. So the first inhabitant of the island were the Tainos. Then we were colonized by the Spanish, who brought in slaves and so on. So we have a rich, rich, rich culture. So we decided to take that element from the painting and make it our first brand. And it turned out to be, we have an amazing a marketing director who took that element and turned it into the logo you have in the cigars and on the boxes and on any a promotional item that we have. And it turned out to be very elegant, chic, and simple, but chic. And why we chose Bohecchio, because Bohecchio was a Indian chief that was a one of the Indian chief on the island, and we liked the name. I mean, the name sounded well with the
Yes, it does.
branding,
It,
with the
it
story
it
we wanted to
does.
tell, with the cigar, and yeah,
There's so much history you can go into from Haiti to continue building. Like you said, you started off on the journey within the Indians and moving forward. Moving into the Spanish, moving into the French
the
Creole,
French.
all working your way all the way up. There's that history that is such amazing, and I think for uh, I'm one that feels that a cigar should tell a story
Exactly.
out
And in
there.
Haiti we do have a rich, rich culture.
Yes.
That's just the with just taking one aspect of our history, but like you said, there's the we have some major national heroes who who fought for our independence in 1804, and those also are, I mean, we could design a branding around one of our heroes, and tell a story there. Haiti is our culture is so rich and unique,
Mm-hmm.
that, I mean, we we would be. I don't think we can have enough blend to match it with our story and our culture. It's too
Well,
vast.
it provides you now with the challenges going forward, since you've been working every year at putting out a new release every year, a new release to continue growing the from history of Haiti from the Native American all the way to present
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there. It looks like you guys are starting. You
It's a
guys are getting
challenge
some
for
love in
now.
the chat.
For now, we stick to that logo because it's easier to tell the stories within the different sticks. But the plan is to I mean, look for other aspect of our history, and because Haiti is so many things, so many great things that we have to tell all of them.
Yes. You guys are getting some love coming in from the chat there. And we got Kevin, Kevin coming in, Madeline coming in, Maggie coming in, Eduardo coming in,
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Anthony Cruz coming in from the One to One podcast. So, all right, you guys are getting some love. The best cigars. I gotta say, this is a really good cigar. It's different, and I love that. It's so different and unique. It just the taste is just it's phenomenal. It's
Um,
making me happy.
Glad to hear that. That is the overall goal. Like I mentioned, we want to make sure that when you're smoking the cigar, you go into that special place, right? That once you finish, you want to go back to it. You want to keep coming back to it and want to get that stick again, whether it's the first premium line, the Habano, or the Maduro, or whether it's the colors. Like JP said, everyone has a particular palate. Everyone has something that they like, and we hope to be able to provide a little bit of something for everyone. And hopefully, everyone can continue following us, can continue following our story, and go through with us the entire journey. We started. There are some hurdles, there are some roadblocks, but so far we've been able to knock down one of them, and we're taking it one day at a time.
I think you guys are on the right path. I mean, from what I've seen, the it. The, I think people who are looking for something outside the ordinary, this is a stick they have to check out because you know the flavors are completely different, and as you said, most of the farming area which you're growing the tobacco on has had nothing on it, so it's
Yeah,
it's virgin soil, so you're really getting cigars coming from the first few crops.
yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, the area where we're planting back in the days, in the late 70s, they used to grow tobacco for the cigarette company in Haiti. So they used to grow barley. Nothing to do with what we're doing right now. I mean, the farmers, they do have some know-how on, I mean, some knowledge on what to do, what is, I mean, how to handle a tobacco crop. But growing barley and growing quality
Yes.
leaves is two different things. So that aspect of things, they're still learning. They're still learning. It's a process, and
So
with
is
all
there
the
a is
challenges that Haiti is facing, it makes it even more difficult, to reach the farms and to make sure that they have everything they need to attend to the crop on time. It's a big challenge.
is there a tobacco out there that you'd like to bring seeds into to try and see how it would handle and grow in Haiti?
I mean, we've done it. I mean, in that cigar, we have in the cigar you're smoking. We have five different leaves, including the wrapper. But four of the leaves between the binder and the filler are seeds that we brought in. We have Olor, we have PA, we have Criollo. I mean, we've tried many leaves and we were successful at them. But we have one leaf in our blend that is a, a typical leaf from Haiti. We only find it in Haiti, and I guess that what makes it unique.
That must be it. It definitely, I was more curiosity on my part. If you go, how can well, if we took, we bring in Connecticut seeds and we, see how we can grow broadleaf down here, or bring
Yeah, we
in.
did. We did grow some broadleaf. I mean,
Oh,
we
excellent.
we've been successful at all the seeds we brought in. I think PA gave us the most challenge because PA is a very fragile a leaf and crop. But yeah, we grew all of them. We grew all of them.
That is awesome. You know, I think I think you're setting up. You're part of this new generation of countries out there that is tapping into an area and a market that is much needed, and especially if you have the ability to bring in a more different and unique tobacco, the shortages of broadleaf, with the shortages of like broadleaf and San Andreas that are out there, where it's just such high demand for it, and you can bring in
Exactly.
something that's going to add something different to a cigar, where another brand's like, man, we can expand on what we have with this, because there's nothing else like it out there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sammy, we can't
Yeah.
hear you.
I can't stress enough. Sorry about that. I keep putting myself on mute for background noise. So again, the uniqueness that we bring is something that we hold dear to our hearts, and we definitely want to make sure that we can share that with everyone. We know how good of a stick that we produce in all three lines, basically, and the reception has been great so far from everyone and everywhere that have tried our cigars. Basically, just like you mentioned, it has something different to it other than compared to the other cigars in different countries. So basically, for us, it's just very very important that we can maintain that uniqueness and also share that with everyone.
Yeah, I think so. So, are either one of you interested in trying your hand at blending?
That is me myself. That is something that I haven't got really got around to. But again, myself personally, I still have my training wheels on. So there's a lot of things that I'm tapping into little by little and getting my hands into. So maybe in the future, sometime, maybe I will. We'll see. Who knows?
JP?
Yeah, I would prefer having the master blender and I taste and I like and I approve.
Okay. I, I've talked to a few brands out there, and it's like, yeah, I trust it, and then they get that bug the first time they do it, and then it
Yeah, I'm sure.
sends them down a rabbit hole, and like, well, now I want to try this, and I want, just just saying, you, you know you, that bug at some point, that bug's gonna plant itself in your ear, going, you got to try it, you got to do it.
You know,
I'm sure it will.
I mean, for that, I guess it's probably the same thing. Well, compared to when you're first starting into a cigar, myself, before I got into a cigar, my best friend who was actually the person who got me into cigars. He spent quite some time trying to get me to try him, and I never did until one time he came to visit, and he was like, "Dude, we're going to this bar for a couple of drinks." I went, and then when I got there, he was like, "Here you go. You're smoking this tonight." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, "Yeah, you're smoking this one tonight." I'm like, "Okay, just so I can get you off my back, I'll do it." And ever since that night, I've been hooked. So it's probably going to be it's probably the same going to be the same thing.
So, what was the first cigar you smoked?
The first one I smoked, I don't remember which one it was from. It was from Arturo Fuente. It was a Robusto. Since it was my first, he took one for me that was somewhat mild. Since it was my first cigar, I don't remember which one it was particularly, but once I finished it, I looked at him. I said, "Dude, there's something there." It was a very good experience, pleasant experience. And when he came back again, my first thing to him was like, "Hey, when are we going for a few more cigars?" And then it's been like that, basically.
Very good. JP, do you remember your first cigar?
I believe it was an Arturo Fuente as well, and it was the Rosado, which was excellent. And it's still a cigar. It's still one of my favorite out of the Arturo Fuente line. Eh, I was probably in my early 20s. My uncle was a big cigar aficionado. I was at his house drinking, and I just like the ambience. Sitting around the table, drinking, smoking, and I got into it very, very, very easy. They didn't have to convince me to get into that lifestyle.
No,
And since then, it's been, yeah.
I don't think there's much convincing because the first time you do it, and especially if you're around people who are experienced and understand, it's very easy to send you down a rabbit hole after that first time
Yeah.
to go through it. That me, the day I turned 18, I skipped school and I went to the cigar shop in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I walked in and I said, I don't know anything about cigars, but I want to learn because
Just recommend one. Exactly.
I was always
Do you?
fascinated because in all the movies, all the cool good guys and all the cool bad guys smoke cigars, and I'm like, that
Yeah.
those guys are cool. I want to, and so they took me into the humidor. They picked out 3 cigars for me. I didn't know how much they cost. I brought $100 with me, and I was like,
Yeah.
I is this enough money? And he's like, don't worry about it. He goes, try them. If you like them, come back.
Come
I was
back.
like, okay. I lit that first one up, and I go, yeah, all right. I think that I'm gonna.
Do you remember which one it was?
It was my very first cigar was a Padron 2000 Natural,
Nice.
and it's still one of my all-time favorite cigars to
Yeah.
this day. I will still smoke it every now and then. When I'll take some time off because within this job we smoke a lot, and especially like after trade shows where all you're doing is smoking for 15, 16 hours a day nonstop.
Exactly.
I'll take a couple week break to let my palate rest and reset, and that is the first cigar I come back to make sure my palate has gotten to where it needs to be. Again,
Hmm.
because I know that cigar inside and out and backwards and forwards. That if my palate is set right, I know exactly what to expect.
Nice. Yeah. No, it's and the more I'm getting older, the milder my cigar becomes. I don't go for I have to be in the mood for the full body, very strong cigar. I have to be in that mood. I smoke them once in a while, but I go for the mild, mild to full. That's my go-to cigar on a regular basis.
I, I, I I'm not one that's I don't the body and the strength don't overly matter to me so much. I care more about the flavor, whether
Hmm.
it's a mild cigar or a full bodied cigar. If the flavors pop, that's what I care about. I'm all about building that
Yeah.
flavor profile up in it. So hey, it's mild bodied and it's mild strength, but the flavors pop. Man, I'm all about it. I'll smoke them.
Yeah,
That's you know that's where I'm at. When I was younger, I was more about you know trying to discover my palate, starting off on that mild to a low medium side, to where man for a while it was just nothing but heavy bangers that would you know turn your lungs black
yeah.
out there. But yeah, I'm more about the flavor. I'm more about the flavors now than I am about strength or body. Every now and then though, I do want some. Every now and then, I want a slap in the face, and I know where to go.
Yeah, from time to time, I want to slap in the face, and I usually pick up a padron because they are great in flavor, but they can be strong.
All right, excellent. So, are you getting reached out to by other brands out there interested in wanting to incorporate your tobacco into their blends or their lines?
We've had a few. We had a few that reached out to buy some leaves from us, and for them to incorporate in their own blend. But not a lot. Maybe two or three different companies, boutique cigars as well. Not a major
Okay,
brands, mostly boutique cigars that reached out.
sure. Right. Hey, man, you always got to stay ahead of the game in this industry out there. And if you can find something different and unique out there to incorporate into your cigar, I mean, that gives you a leg up.
Exactly, and the way we
Struck.
structured, we are looking for these partnerships because we have our leaves, we have our processing facility, we make our own cigars, we make private labels. I mean, we can adjust to any demand, and we can work with any potential partners who would want to do something together. So
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Like you mentioned, staying ahead of the curve, right? Staying on top of the game, and which is one of the reasons why we continuously work on different things, different plans that we try out every single month to see what we can come up with. Especially with when the big shows such as the PCA comes, when we are participating, to be able to put something out there, something new. We know, although everyone has probably two, three sticks that are their go-to sticks or go-to brands. People are always looking for new things. People are always looking for different things. So, which is why, for example, we've been able to successfully launch one line every year for the past 3 years, and hopefully we can continue that trend. Also, and trying to get into different markets to meet new people, see who we can potentially collaborate with, like JP mentioned. For example, in September next month, we're going to participate at Inter Tobacco during the 14th and the 16th of September in Germany. So that is going to be able to allow us to get some more exposure like we want to and what we need. So basically, we're looking towards meeting some new people, making some new friends, and growing ourselves in the community.
That European market is huge, especially the German market. They're hurting for I guess what's called New World cigars over there.
hmm
They want to try different and unique cigars over there, but it's such a hard country to break into. But once you break into it, I mean, you've got customers for life over there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, every country obviously have their regulations and laws that we need to abide by. But just like you said, again, we're trying to get our foot through the door, and once we're able to achieve that, hopefully we can achieve that soon, and then we can go ahead and keep on pushing and providing people and providing good quality cigars, and also a lot of variety. Again, providing something new in itself ourselves. We are something new, something different that people are intrigued about, people want to know about. So we want to make sure that we can, again, tell that story, share everything with everyone.
And we are also getting a lot of requests from cigar smokers in Europe, especially in France, where there's a big Haitian community, and they're like, where can I get it? Where can I how can I get my hands on it? So we're working on it to be in Europe. It's like you said, it's hard to get in, but once you're in, you have customers for life. We have to make sure we abide by all the regulations, but I'm, I I think we're almost there, and that's why we're going to that show in September into Tabac, because I mean we need to talk and with distributors, with retailers, with understand that structure more.
Right. Do you know how many shops in the U.S. you're in now currently?
Oof. From the top of my head, I can tell you we have oof, about 20
Okay.
more or less, 2025, more or less. Basically, we have others that we are in the works, in the talks with, to bringing on. Basically, the industry is it's a small industry, but also very very big. So basically, we're slowly, you know, getting our training wheels off. But at the end of the day, like JP said, we're not going to rush the hands of time. We're taking everything day by day and talking with the people that we need to talk to, and sharing our story with as much people as we can, so they can know the story, have them try out our cigars, enjoy the experience that our cigars provide, so that they can get hooked on them.
So, how far away are you from setting up your own manufacturing center in Haiti?
We are I would say quite far away.
Okay.
That was the ultimate, that was the original plan. And once we got to the manufacturing part of it, we realized that it's a skill. You don't learn that from one day to the next. Training rollers in Haiti was very difficult. We studied a program to teach them how to roll, but I'm sure you see in the news all the challenges that Haiti is facing,
Mm-hmm.
and it made it more and more difficult. More and I mean, to find a person, to have people that are willing to come to Haiti to train. Even for us to access the farm, sometimes it's very difficult. So it's a project that we had to put on hold until the situation is stabilized, and we want to have our manufacturing, or at least part of it, in Haiti. So that's part of the project of making Haiti not only a tobacco growing country, but also a cigar manufacturing country. It's gonna take time. We need a lot of other people to venture in projects that like ours, to create that critical mass, for it to for this project to, I mean, for this long term goal to happen. But we have to start somewhere, and I and we're very proud to say that we're the one starting, and hopefully other people will join the project, will join such project.
It
Yeah.
is, and I think that when you get to that point there, and you're enhancing the community itself, enhancing the lives of the people in the community, and offering up uh, uh, you know year round work and jobs and pay on that, it all comes. But like you said, it's something that takes time to get there. And
It takes time, and my ultimate goal is not only to create jobs, but I want to create businessmen. I want the farmer to be his own businessman and plant for himself. I will buy it. I will buy it, but and others can buy it. He can sell directly to whoever he wants to outside I mean, for more profit. So of course, I'm always gonna have my farm. I'm always gonna have workers. I hope I can multiply the number of farmers within my network every year. But I want also the farmer who has the potential to become its own businessman, to be its own businessman. You know, it's and that crop, they can do it.
mhm.
It grows fast. It has value. They can do it.
Yeah, I mean, well, and I don't see cigar smoking, especially in the United States, slowing down anytime soon. It's
It
continuing to grow and grow and grow, and the demand every year is getting greater and greater. But when you can put out something that's different, unique, good, cost effective, you bring in new and more people who are going to start requesting it from their shops. Hey, man, I need this Bohico cigar.
yeah,
Why, what,
yeah.
can you bring them in? Because it's 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 good. Do you guys get out on the road any to hit up shops when you're in the states?
Sammy,
Your mute button, Sammy.
Sorry about that. Force of habit. Force of habit. Ourselves, particularly, we haven't done that as much as we would love to, because being outside of the U.S. is a bit of a challenge for us. But we do have some brokers that work with us that help us out with that piece. But one thing that we are planning into our schedule is that particularly. So one of our goals is to reach out to some of the retailers that already carry our lines to start doing some small events with them. Just one, help promote the brand and into the entire country, and also go into the shops that do not carry our cigars, so we can meet them, share our story, and get our cigars into their humidor. Because at the end of the day, uh, the cigar community is very, very different and unique compared to a whole lot of other industries where, um, obviously, because of the pandemic, a lot has turned to, in terms of communication, has turned toward technology, doing video calls and all that. But with the cigar industry, that face to face interaction, you can't replace that. It doesn't matter what type of technology that you have. That face to face, when you walk into that shop and you're sitting down with whether it's the manager or the owner, you sit down with them, you have that conversation. Some of their patrons get to sit down with you and talk with you about the cigars, about the story. It creates a different impact, right? That is irreplaceable. Uh, um, that's actually one of the main things that I've learned, and I definitely we definitely want to make sure that we put into our game, because at the end of the day, um, when you have that sit down, people can see you and they see the value that you have for what we bring into the industry, and that will give them a more sense of closeness to us and our story, and which will motivate them to want to get our cigars into their humidor.
Sure. Oh, I get you. And so, with some of your existing retail shops, are you looking at coming in, in the future, running some cut and lights and meet and greets to really get more people exposed to what you have to offer?
definitely, definitely. And to answer your first question, we haven't been on the road enough at the beginning, but as we're getting more demand, it's something that is in our pipeline. and Sammy has a road show lined up. I mean, we have to do it, and 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 we start with our current retailers, the ones that are already carrying us. And I've done some in Miami, but we need to be more out there.
Yeah, and I think they work very well because people are going to go to the lounge anyway, but now you're giving somebody an opportunity to smoke something different and new and get to meet you, get to hear the story, and develop newer palettes to what you have and what you can showcase. And
Exactly.
I like it. Have you been in contacts with some of these, with some of these smaller sales reps that work for multiple other brands out there to try and see if maybe that you can get them on board to operate to try and expand out in other regions in this country?
Yeah, we have a small network of reps that are uh, on a daily basis trying to promote our cigars, and we want to at one point be able to go with them and tell the story ourselves, and help them tell the story of our product. So it's, listen, you cannot reinvent the wheel. That's how everybody started, and they're still doing it.
Yes.
They're still doing it. When I look at Arturo Fuente, the biggest, probably one of the biggest cigar manufacturer in the world, and is always somewhere
Hmm.
promoting his cigars. I mean, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do it. People just will just smoke Arturo Fuente cigars, even if he doesn't. But that's how the business is, and
So
there's no
is that
secret.
is that one of your ultimate goals, is to be the Arturo Fuente of Haiti?
Eh, it's when you read the story of Fuente, it's from generation to generation, so I mean, we will work to get there one day. I don't know if I'll be the one, maybe my kids or my grandkids, but hey, who knows?
Well, that it is the generation, but it had to start somewhere,
Exactly.
and Carlito has uh, put the focus on being the personality behind the brand, and when he started being that personality behind the brand grew and grew and grew because
Exactly.
was offering he was offering and showcasing something that a lot of the cigar manufacturers didn't have, which was an owner, a blender, a manufacturer going out there and showcasing the personality to everybody. Carlito's one of those guys. If you meet him once and you don't see him again for 10 years, he still remembers you.
Exactly. No, it's he's the brand.
Yeah,
That's like you
he is.
said.
He is
He's
the
the brand.
brand. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like you make it. You don't. Sometimes you don't know how the world will work out,
Listen,
but
step by
like,
step, like you said. I don't know what uh, tomorrow has a plan. I don't know what they have reserved for us, but we're doing it step by step.
that's all
And who
right.
knows? Who knows
In
where it
10
take us?
years, I could be looking back and going, "That's JP. That's the Carlito Fuente of Haiti right there." Yeah,
Who knows? Who knows?
What? So from PCA, what from you? This was now your third PCA you've been to. Uh, what has the overall reaction to the brand been from the first year to this last to what we just went through last month?
The first year, people were quite surprised to see company from Haiti making cigars. You know, they were. I felt like they were curious, but a little bit scared of it. You know, are these guys for real? Are these guys serious? A Haiti makes cigars. You know, it was a little bit mixed feelings. The second year, we had more traction. We came also with the rum manufacturer of Haiti, the only rum of Haiti, which I think is one of the best in the world, called the Rum Babaku. And they came with us to the show, and we had a pairing. We were doing a pairing with the Bohecchio and the rum, and it was pretty successful. We had a lot of traction. A lot of people came to the booth, and and they love the combination. I don't know if they love the rum more than the cigar more than the rum, but the combination was great. But I have to say, this year I think was our most successful one. We decided to go with the BCA, so we did get a lot of support from the BCA community, and which was awesome. Awesome. I didn't know what to expect, but I got more than what I expected from the BCA board and their network. But a reaction that really shocked me was many people that came the first 2 years. When they came back, they were like, "Hey, you guys are still around." And I realized that people sometimes they're afraid of the new guys, because I'm sure many brands come 1 year and disappear. So before committing, before making an investment, because if you're gonna carry my brand in your stores, it's an investment. It's a gamble. You
Hmm.
don't know if I'm gonna be there in a year or two. And when they saw us the third year, they were like, okay, maybe these guys are serious. So and we got more traction, more people stopping by, really asking questions, and we did get a few orders, but we got a lot of great contacts that we are slowly materializing as converting into orders. So I think as we go, people will see that we are serious. We're not here to do a quick thing and disappear. We're trying to build something. We're trying to build something in a tough country, but that can have a great impact, a huge impact.
That's right. And Sammy's getting kudos for his mug collection in the chat. uh, yeah, that was something I was going to ask, and you brought it up in your answer on that. Was that for a lot of retail shops making that investment into an unknown brand that, well, I mean, if I buy in, are they going to be around next year? And that's valuable space on those shelvings that the retail shops have. So that consistency I think you've shown over the last 3 years is only going to continue to help with that brand awareness and brand growth, especially for retail shops that continuously see you at the trade shows going, oh, they're still here. There's okay. You know what? Maybe we need to start looking into incorporating in them into our shop.
Yeah,
Uh,
Definitely,
and we
definitely.
got and we got some. The first year we got some great. I mean, we met some great people, some great cigar lounge owners who took a gamble. Neptune in Miami is one of them. A Smoke Cigar Lounge is one of them. They really believed in the product. They took the gamble, and 3 years from now, they're still carrying our product. Regular orders coming in, and I mean, I'm forever grateful for these guys who just like the product and say, hey, I guess we were friendly. I don't know why, but they took the gamble, and it's I mean, we're blessed. We're grateful for that.
And let me add also, it ties into what you alluded to, Daniel, a moment ago regarding the visiting the shops and the retailers. Again, it ties back to that one to one, that live communication. That that is irreplaceable, because at the end of the day, once we get to obviously where we're at right now, going into those shops, having people see us particularly, yes, we have workers that are helping us at the end of the day, but what the owners or the managers or the patrons of those retailers, what they want to see, they want to be able to interact with the people that are in the actual process, right? The people that are actually into the making of the cigars. So basically, that ties into it as well, which is why we're going to schedule that into, like I usually call it the Boekyo tour. If we can get that happen, visit some of the stores, do some sit downs with everyone, have them know the people behind the brand, right? Because it's one thing to have a brand and then have other people push it, and another to have the actual people behind it that people can talk to and see and hear the story from them, particularly, which has a whole different effect, right? Compared to a different person. Not that I'm not trying to discredit what our brokers have done for us. They've done a great job helping us out, but there's that one interaction is just irreplaceable.
Yeah, it totally is. But I also think the fact that your longevity of the brand is also going to play a big
Yes.
aspect because, you know, 3 years at a big trade show like PCA, and I'm assuming you guys are going to be back there again in March.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
so now you're continuing to show that you're here to stay. You're not going anywhere unless, God forbid, something catastrophic happens. You guys aren't going anywhere.
We're
You're
not
here for
going
the long
anywhere.
run.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We're not.
I agree. Are you guys going to be back in Vegas in January for TPE? Or are you just going to do PCA?
Most likely PCA. Most
Okay.
likely PCA only. Because since we're going in September to Germany, I mean, probably will only do PCA.
Okay.
I actually never been to a TPE event. I hear great things about it, but we have to make a we have to make a choice.
Yeah, no, I get it. And with the change of PCA to a new venue and a different date, and it being 6 weeks after TPA, a lot of brands that do both or do one or the other, or may having to make that choice of the big one like PCA or stay or hitting up the smaller event in TPE. And
Hmm.
and I get it. It's a huge financial commitment to go to these trade shows, and I don't think a lot of people who are outside the industry get that financial commitment that you got to make.
Exactly.
Because yeah, look, it would be nice that if you could make all your money back that you spent to go out there at the trade show, but in reality, it a trade show like this becomes more of a brand building experiment or experience than it is actually being out there making the
Yeah, to sell
sales.
the product.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
it
No,
becomes about the
it's
contact.
solidifying your network, which talking about your brand, building brand awareness more than selling the product.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you have something to add on to that there, Sammy? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I saw Sammy. He was kind of mouthing some words out over there. I didn't know if he had something to
Something
add.
that. No, no. I mean, you guys. I mean, I don't really think there's anything much to add to that. You guys just hit the nail in the head right there.
You know, uh, are you looking at expanding out the social media side on the marketing there from what you currently do now? or are you thinking where you're at now is where you kind of need to stay at the moment?
Basically, when it comes to that, we have had a conversation about that particularly, and we're going to take it step by step. Where we're at currently, I think it's helped us pretty much, but obviously there's really more that we obviously can do, and there's more that we want to do. So basically, we had the initial conversations and drawing up a plan to hype up the marketing side of everything. And basically, within the next a few months, that's one of the things that we're going to be focusing on. Because at the end of the day, um, even if you have a great cigar or the greatest cigar in the world, if people don't hear about it, if people don't see it, then they're not going anywhere. So basically, for us, it's a very key part of our setup. So basically, that piece as well is one thing that we obviously want to grow out. What it'll look like within a year or two, I can't tell you particularly right now, but we are looking to expand that and getting better at it as well.
You looking at bringing on brand ambassadors to help with that social media exposure?
We've spoken about that as well within our planning. That's something that we're looking at as well. We haven't decided 100% yet on if we're going to do it, when we're going to do it. But like JP mentioned, we're going to take things on a day to day basis. And as we get in front of certain roadblocks, we're going to make sure that we can knock them down. And obviously, to a point where we can really stay ahead of the curve on everything. So we do know and understand that that is a key part of the marketing setup for within the industry. So yes, that is something that we've looked at and discussed.
Excellent. That's good. I'm, again, it all comes back to the financial commitment you got to put into the promotion on the brand there, and it's not cheap to get that out there and the promote,
Not at
on
all.
it. But again, it only takes a couple of people with the influence on social media to elevate a brand up there and out, you know. And those of you who are watching, share their content out there, man. Look, promotion it's free to support and to promote somebody, especially a brand. If you're a fan of the brand, it's free. Reshare the photos. Doesn't matter if you have 200 followers or 20,000 followers. You're getting that exposure out there for them and helping them, because it just takes one person off your feed to go, what's that? Well, I go, that's it. Let me try it. Let me find, where's it at? It's free to
Definitely.
promote and to help support a brand, especially a brand that you enjoy and you're passionate about.
Yeah, that's and you're absolutely right, and we're looking for that. I mean, we have a good product, we have a good brand, and any love, any support we get from people that like what we do is is more than welcome.
Yes, exactly. I agree. So remember, people, support is free. It takes nothing. 200 followers, 20,000 followers, doesn't matter. Support is free. And support the brands and the people that you enjoy and love, because that helps grow our community out there. Because you know otherwise, you know they're it hurts them. So don't hurt them. Support them. Give give
Definitely.
give them some love, man. It's free. Support is free. And I think that gets lost out there, because I think a lot of people who don't have a big social media following don't think that that one post, that share of yours, a share from your page, is going to make any difference. But I tell you, it makes a big difference. I follow a lot of people who have only, 150 followers. But if I see them smoking something different and unique, it catches my interest. And so now I want to know about it.
No, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
one
It's
smoke at a time.
just one.
One smoke at a time.
Yes, one smoke at a time. So, before we close up shop here, what anything new we can expect from you guys coming in the near future?
Yes, we are working on some different blends. We are getting some requests for a full bodied cigar, so we're working on different potential blends. So you can expect in the near future a full body strong cigar for the full body lover.
Excellent out there. And you said that your cigars are available through Neptune.
They're available to a network of retailers. I mentioned Neptune because Neptune was our first our first retailer and the first person to gamble on us. So, but we have a network of retailers that Sammy has in
I
his
mean,
files, and we can share it on.
just to mention a few from top of my head, obviously Neptune, which is one of our biggest ones. We have Smoke Manioc, which is over at in Pennsylvania. We have the Governor's Cigar Lounge, which is over in Ohio. We have the Leaf Affair Cigar Shop. We also have a little Havana Cigar shop as well. Um, who else? I mean, we have quite a few, quite a few. We have Mark Garman, which is in Salt Lake City. He has a barbershop, and within that barbershop, he has a humidor. So we are in different states, all over the United States. We're not yet at all 50, which is the main goal for the U.S. Trying to get to all 50 states. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to say that. And then, like JP mentioned earlier before, we're looking at going into different markets such as European markets, such as the Asian market and African market. It's a long process. There are some difficulties, but we're going through it and learning as we go and trying to handle things the best way and the fastest way possible. So, but we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves. Baby steps. You gotta crawl. You gotta crawl, then stand up, and then walk before you run. So
Exactly.
we're
Have
at.
any of the monthly clubs reached out to you about showcasing your cigar in the club?
When you say monthly club, are you talking about
The
the
subscription.
Like a
subscriptions?
subscription club
Oh,
service?
yes. Basically, we did have our cigars go out with the My Cigar Pack. Before we've had one actually currently. There is a potential, I believe, within the next few weeks with Black Box Cigar Shop. They're going to be they're going to be receiving some of our cigars to put into one of their packs. So basically, we are slowly getting more requests as we get more exposure. More people posting our cigars and things as such and asking for them. So basically, which also ties into what you mentioned a moment ago when it comes to the marketing. So basically, we have a big push that we're doing on the marketing side so that we can again get that exposure, tell the story, and create that interest.
That's awesome, man. That's good to hear. I'm a subscriber of Black Box Cigar Club, so I'm really excited to see you guys going into that box. Definitely has introduced me to a lot of new brands out there that I've not heard of or had the opportunity to smoke. So, and I think it's going to do wonders for you guys to get put into there because you're going to be reaching a whole new clientele out there by going into a box like Black Box.
Oh, definitely, and that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we don't lose any opportunities that come to us to be able to reach out to more people, to share our cigars and our story. And the more we get those, we are very very welcome to receive them and work with everyone.
Excellent. Very good, guys. Well, drool bucket worthy stick. Um, I thoroughly
Moving it.
enjoyed smoking this. This is fantastic, man. I appreciate you guys coming on and telling your story, and hopefully those of you who are watching the show, if you haven't had a chance to pick up Supreme Leaf, definitely reach out to your local shop about it, or check out some of the shops that they mentioned if they're around you, about picking it up, because man, this was delicious. I different, unique, and in a good way. Like, I kind of don't want it to end. I want it to continue going, because it's been a beautiful journey, getting to experience Haitian tobacco. So I love it.
But Danny, before you close, I wanna give you a big thank you, because what you do allows us and all the cigars manufacturer in the world to expose their product, to talk to tell our stories, and reach out to people, reach out to different communities. So I'm very grateful for what you do, and thank you for having us on the show. And I mean, we are we are a phone call away. So anything, let us, don't hesitate to reach out. We
Uh,
appreciate what you do. We appreciate everybody who takes the time to give us and people like us a platform to discuss, to talk about everything, and talk about the lifestyle, talk about the cigars, talk about you know
well,
something that really makes us all happy,
Well,
having
thank
a
you.
great stick.
I appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much, man. It's all about showcasing the community. It's also about showcasing brands who definitely feel are amazing and great and don't get the love and respect that they deserve out there, because a lot of people don't know about them. And hopefully, if I can turn a couple people on to wanting to try your brand out there, they go and check it out and pick it up, because this is a box worthy stick. I gotta say, it's box worthy. I mean, it had me drooling, so you already knew it was gonna be box worthy.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Again, thank you again for having us. We really, really appreciate it. For
Anything you guys would like to promote?
Well, September 14th starts the beginning of Enter Tobacco. We will be present. So if you will be there, make sure to give us a holler. Uh, our website, Supreme Tobacco Haiti. Check it out. Our Instagram, Supreme Haiti underscore, Supreme Tobacco underscore Haiti. Check us out. Reach out to us through DMs, if through emails, if you need any questions, if you have any requests, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be glad to assist.
And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I've got links to everything them in the description, so you can click it. If you're watching on LinkedIn, you'll have to guess which link takes you where, because I don't know. They do things different over there. So you'll have to figure that one out on that. No show next Monday, because next Monday is a holiday. So we'll be off next Monday, but we'll be back on Monday, September 11th. Have Steven from Cigars Up Accessories over there. Make some cool accessories that you may see in your shop, or if you are a shop owner, you may want to consider putting into your shop. So we'll be talking with Steven from Cigars Up on September 11th. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to Sammy and JP, man. You guys are awesome and
Thank you
amazing.
so
I appreciate your
much.
time.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
all the
Really appreciate it.
viewers. Thank you for all the love on the chat. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, chat. You guys were awesome in the chat again tonight. So, all right, guys. Well, we will see you on September 11th. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything none of us would do, because we're all sweet and innocent boys. And we will see you all later. Take care, everybody.
Peace.